Okay, let's go on. The bears at your front door as you wake up is never nice. After glancing at our cryptocurrency portfolio this morning, the majority of us look like this. However, as they say, now is not the time to sleep since you know that it will only lead to horrible things, and the wake-up call may be pretty shocking. You are all aware of how we operate here. We discuss news, cryptocurrency, and have a little fun. You might even receive some hairdo tips. I must thus cross at this moment and cross immediately. Boom. The straight across is a motion that is executed without hesitation. This might not be the best channel for you, though, if you were expecting for a detailed analysis of whether David Schwartz is more interested in his ass or his hair. And this is my response to everyone who has complained that I don't discuss cryptocurrency enough in the comments section below. You're not necessarily correct just because you're outraged. I am aware that you come here to find the solutions to all of your most difficult queries. For example, what happens if a lava lamp is thrown into a clothing that is too tight? Is McDonald's really served on Air Force One? What is the new Ukrainian Roomba's level of popularity? Was the old Steven Seagal eaten by the new one? Does Jasmine Crockett have the ability to read bills from Congress? Why does Diddy appear so elderly in all of the courtroom illustrations? How do libtards remove the whisk from pudding? Does SeaWorld's decision to tattoo the whales anger PETA? It should make you feel ashamed to ask such question. Perhaps above all, what truly transpired during that flight from Kiev last week? Yes, that day we all used cocaine. Indeed, we performed a nude dance thereafter. In Europe, we do it this way. We enjoy taking a quick whiff of cocaine before we simply strip off, dance, brush against one another, and do other such things. Brad is a complete cokehead who is 4 feet 2 sweatpants. In a world where I think of FUD, there are many questions about what is a real use case, solved for real customers, and the only president drumming up Middle East Ripple President FinTech Summit Hidden Road, which Ripple recently acquired, is opening a new office in Abu Dhabi with a potential royal family addition. Give us some reason to be happy. Therefore, we won't die from a single terrible day in the market. As you can see, the post-Liberation Day recovery is nearly as quick as the COVID recovery. The primary distinction is that the Fed did not infuse several $1 trillion into the economy this time. Therefore, this is undoubtedly a strange and wonderful time to be alive. No one is interested in these 7-Eleven specials this week, but you have this guy who believes he is going to impeach the president. Forcing escorts to urinate into their girlfriends' mouths until they choke is one of the most well-known entertainment practices of the last 20 years. Who among us is unable to identify with that? In the streets of Los Angeles, physicians and attorneys are arguing over whether a flat tax or a fair tax is better. And I'm literally trembling right now because of this person. Additionally, if I know that you are a Trump fan and that you run your own company, I know where and how to post that garbage so that no one will see it. If you think I'm not implying that you're the world's most stupid person, you'd better make sure the world's most stupid person doesn't pass away. And have a look at this. Although we have already discussed them, NAMI Finance is taking some significant action. The negotiations for NAMI Fi to purchase a fully regulated bank in the MENA area are nearing their conclusion. With more than 3 million customers, that is the Middle East and North Africa. And one more, I want to thank them for funding this video. This is not merely conjecture. Cointelegraph is covering the story, and as NAMI Fi continues to gain popularity, this strategic move puts NAMI in a position to bridge traditional finance with crypto infrastructure. Both media attention and interest in their pre-sale token are now increasing. This is undoubtedly a project to keep an eye on if you've been waiting for one with real-world expansion and a growing user base. 3 main pillars form the foundation of NAMI's value. First, the project's treasury is expanding due to a spike in platform activity. In order to help decrease supply, NAMI 5 has a structured repurchase and token burn mechanism. Third, they are beginning to notice a rise in demand for all of their investment, borrowing, and staking offerings. Therefore, I'm currently contributing an additional $5,000 to NAMI. The pre-market price, which has a $240 minimum entry level, is still active. The company believes it can easily accomplish a rapid 5x once the coin is on exchanges. Therefore, NAMI is worth giving careful thought to if you're seeking early positioning in a project with well-defined fundamentals and growth goals. You should use the websites below to conduct your own study and learn more about NAMI. Okay, let's look at a few more of the most popular headlines. 5 weeks ago, I told folks that now is a fantastic moment to invest. For that, I offered criticism. They no longer criticize me now. It will go much higher, but people should have paid attention. We've never experienced anything like this, you see. Great businesses are entering the market, and investment and employment are booming. I have never witnessed anything like April 4th. Since then, just over a month ago, Jim Cramer has warned of a market meltdown akin to Black Monday in 1987. Over 16% has been added to the S&P 500. I believe it's time for you to acknowledge Donald Trump as your father, Jim. I'm here to declare my commitment to standing up for Detroit's citizens. What he said at the conclusion of that phrase is pretty unclear to me. He probably doesn't understand what he said either. Observe that our kids are the sickest kids on the planet. You claim to have worked for 20 years to end the food shortage, Congressman DeLauro. Give me credit. In 100 days, I got it out. For God's sake, let's cooperate and accomplish what we all believe in, raising healthy children in our nation. However, Ben Cohen, a co-founder of Ben & Jerry's, believes we should pay attention to his health advice. Perhaps that's because a pint of his ice cream contains 67 grams of fat, 117 grams of carbohydrates, 97 grams of sugar, and 1,130 calories. No one gives out a $400 million jet to someone for free without expecting anything in return, according to Hillary Clinton. Take it seriously. Meanwhile, during Hillary Clinton's time as U.S. Secretary of State, the Clinton Foundation has acknowledged that it received $1 million payment from Qatar. She didn't tell the State Department about it. The First Lady does, however, provide a convincing justification for the disparity. She enjoys lying. Is criminal weariness affecting anyone else? Is the third time in 6 months that we have sought this person. The last time I spoke about him, I made it clear that someone would be harmed or killed if the judges didn't start taking this seriously. We're shooting at the police right now. I'm not sure, but perhaps they'll take it more seriously this time. Carmelo Anthony, who killed his classmate, will be permitted to graduate on bond. It's a little crazy. At my school, we had students who were prohibited from walking at graduation because they had consumed 2 beers off campus. Debbie Dreamland Dingle is who? She has held a seat in Congress for 10 years. She succeeded her husband, John Dingle, who had held it for 59 years. After his father, John Dingle Sr., held the position for 22 years, John Dingle assumed it. We can all agree, I believe, that 92 years of Dingle is too much. Can we at least agree that fascism isn't a catch-all for everything you don't like if schools aren't going to educate pupils what it is? Charlie Kirk is not welcome on our campus. Fascists are not welcome on our campus. Here, we don't want to endorse that. Fascism. What is it? Immigration. I'm not sure. A political scientist is not like me. Interviews are not my strong suit. You ought to ask someone else. Very dismissive of all the worries that young people are currently experiencing and very nihilistic. Speaker of the House Mike Johnson is in favor of prohibiting congressmen from trading stocks. My initial reaction was,